I'd like to now ask Larry Triccarello from the class of 72 and Brother George Schmitz of the Congregation of Holy Cross to join us on stage and accept the award on behalf of Brother Robert Vincent Fontaine.
First thing I have to say is I'm so honored to have 10 extra minutes. I am honored to represent the class of 1972 Eternal Seniors, which Brother Fontaine coined that term. I'm more honored and humbled to be able to speak about Brother Robert Fontaine. So let me start with a newspaper clipping from October 7, 1968, from the Waterbury American, the afternoon newspaper. And we had our social fix also, morning and afternoon. Rain poured down, cold and pelting. Groups of unsmiling men, huddling under small umbrellas, trudged past wide expanses of mud, pocked with dimpled rain puddles. This wasn't some war zone in a remote part of the world, nor was it a disaster area. It was today's opening at the new Holy Cross High School. The young men began smiling once they entered the new expanse of brick and steel that they call home for the next scholastic year. As for me, upon entering the lobby, I was greeted by Brother Robert Fontaine, the most dignified and sophisticated man I had ever seen in my 14 years of living in the city of Waterbury. That's all I knew. Little did I know until our 20th year reunion about his arrival 10 months earlier, of him laying the groundwork, going parish to parish, and the joy that he spread amongst our parents. But it was at our 50th year reunion a couple years ago when we were putting our scrapbook together, looking through the newspaper clippings, that we realized that Brother Fontaine had his muddy waters to traverse during those 10 months. There were many issues during those 10 months amongst the Catholic churches, amongst the schools, amongst the archdiocese, and there was a lack of knowledge about what a brother of Holy Cross was and what a Holy Cross education meant. Brother Fontaine had to come up with a plan. So his plan was to take a priest from the archdiocese with him to every parish meeting. And when he went to that meeting, any question related to the church or to the school or to a quota system that was being bandied about, he would let the priest answer. And Father Fontaine shared in the joy of making friendship with our parents, plumbers, bankers, butchers, doctors, teachers, all of our parents, my parents. So it would not be unusual to see these words written the next day in the morning paper, the Waterbury Republican. And so while you can read them, I want to give you the feeling that my parents must have had when they heard them come out of his mouth. The Holy Cross brothers, as teachers, are chiefly interested in training the mind in search of the truth. We do not feel that this task is accomplished merely by filling it with information. The training of the mind is bound up in 4 abilities. Think clearly, communicate one's thoughts effectively, make valid judgments, evaluate clearly. God is all important in this formation, and we offer no apologies for giving him a key place in the educational process of Holy Cross High School. Brother Robert traveled the Woodbury area, spreading the dreams of our parents. Look at that board across the hall when you walk out of the auditorium. He communicated the educational values of Holy Cross education. He told us at our 20th year reunion that our mission was not over. At our 50th year reunion, many of us recommitted ourselves to Holy Cross. His work continues today. Brother Robert Fontaine walked honorably in the shoes of Blessed Father Basil.
First, I'm sorry to say, if you were expecting George Schmidt of you, I am not Brother George Schmidt. I am Brother Harold Hathaway, who spent 24 and a half years in this wonderful established school in New York. Matter of fact, I was very surprised when I sat down over there that their first picture on the wall that was when I had hair. And that picture was taken back in maybe 1974 or 75. But he could play. I thank Larry for saying a great tribute to Brother Robert. And of course, when the brothers and the Archdiocese of Hartford agreed to build a new Catholic high school in the west side of Waterbury, and administer and staff it by the brothers, our provincial early in 1967 touched Brother Robert to be the forefront and to begin with the outside fundraising company to canvass the area, speak to the parents through the going to the Catholic churches in the area. So he traveled from Torrington down to Seymour, north to south, from Beacon Falls and Oxford over to Cheshire and all around, speaking about the new high school and hoping to raise funds. And they did. They raised half of the funds for the building and the establishment of the furniture for the high school. The brothers contributed the other half. Having said that about Brother Robert, he was also very active in St. Anne's Parish, with the name Fontaine. Of course, the French pastors over at St. Anne's here in the city welcomed him, and he became friends with Father Coteau and Father St. Martin, who later on became a faculty member of Father St. Martin. He was very much admired and appreciated by the brothers in the early years. It would be honest to say that Brother Robert really was the founder of Holy Cross High School. And I was very fortunate to be able to spend my early religious years here under his mentor. He was the first religious superior of the group of brothers that were here. And Brother Patrick Halpin was the principal at that time. Besides being the superior of the brothers, Brother Robert was, as Larry noted, he was the academic counselor for the group of the first eternal seniors, and helping them academically as well as look to the colleges for their further education. Brother Robert had a very friendly, outgoing personality. He had a gift of making you feel welcome and of importance, and always look to the positive aspects in your life. He was a great friend and mentor to many of us young brothers here at Holy Cross. He was well liked, as Larry noted, by the students, faculty, and parents. And as noted already, he left Holy Cross in 1973 to take the facilities at Pius XII in Chester, New York. It's a great honor for me to co-receive this honor to Brother Robert, as he truly was a brother and a friend to all in Waterbury. Thank you. And by the way, I have no relationships to Berkshire Hathaway.
Now we continue to highlight another individual this evening who also made a significant impact on Holy Cross, Ms. Mary Donnarumma Sharnick. Mary was not only a teacher here, yes, at Holy Cross, but she also shared her love for the written word to so many. She was a member of the English department, yearbook, and was newspaper advisor, where she created vibrant and enduring relationships with her students. She was with us for 11 years, from 1986 to 1997. However, she went on to share with the rest of the world her literary brilliance and published her first book, Thirst, in 2012. Since then, she's gone on to publish 6 more books. Thirst is currently being translated to the operatic stage, and her Oral of Pain series has garnered awards from the National Federation of Press for Women, the CT Press Club, and the book was selected as the September 2023 read at the Newport Art Museum's Book Club. Mary has received numerous accolades as well for her teaching, including 2 Nigel Taplin Innovative Teaching Grants and the Margaret W. Field Award for Excellence in Teaching. She currently is an associate faculty member at Post University in Waterbury. Now, to help recognize Mary, we're asking a very special person near to her to come up and join us and give her her award. That's Mary's brother, Mr. Fran Donnarumma.
Our family is so proud of my sister, or Mary, as many of her students refer to her. Her love for teaching and sharing literature is why she's being honored tonight. And she's always been generous with her time and talents, and is really worthy of this recognition. So please help me in welcoming my sister, Mary Donnarumma Sharnick, to the stage as we honor her with the Blessed Father Basil Moreau Award.
Surprises, and that was one of them. So it's a pleasure to be here. I'd like to say good evening to the Board of Directors, this selection committee, the wonderful people in development, and everyone else on campus who put this beautiful evening together. Mr. Mayor, Father Casey, members of the Brothers of the Holy Cross, the person who hired me, Brother Harold, I hope it wasn't a mistake, Sister Pacinelli, former faculty, family and friends, and fellow honorees, and most of all, my dear, dear students who are here tonight. I just recently met Principal Pompey, but we'll meet some more. But a few months ago, Tom Pellegrino and I had a lovely lunch. And at that lunch, Tom asked me, Mary, what is it for you that's Holy Cross? And without a moment's hesitation between bites of delicious food, I said, it's the relationships that were forged, nourished, and continue till today, till this very moment at Holy Cross. We have, so many of us in this room, have been together at the absolute worst times in our lives and the absolute best times in our lives. And the moments of tragedy, the moments of triumph. And no matter what year it is, what day it is, where we are located in the world at that time, we are only a text or a phone call away from each other. We are at each other's disposal. And that's what Holy Cross has meant and means to me. So I want to say to you tonight that there are so many children who, without this scholarship, would be unable to experience that. You know, every school wants to give its students new skill sets, an education that prepares them to make a living in the practical world. But what Holy Cross gives in addition is the ability to fashion a meaningful life. And this meaningful life comes from the people that they meet here, who learn their names, who come to know their families, who understand their strengths and their weaknesses and try to help them improve. And this includes us who work here or have worked here. Okay? So Holy Cross is an aspirational place. All right? Every child that enters this building will be cared for in some way by someone, and will learn that it's not only important to have, the old people were never Rolodex, or now your own personal green and gold Indeed.com to help you get interviews and jobs and make your way in the world, but they will also have people who remind them and who allow them to believe in themselves that they are children of God, that they have value, they have purpose, and that they will become citizens who have that view of others. So I just want to say thank you, Holy Cross. It has been such an honor to join fellow honorees and many of those who have gone before us. The tradition of Basil Moreau is strong. So I have only one thing to say to Holy Cross, and that is ad multos annos and go Crusaders.